Now, let me gist you. Yeah? In today's world, almost everybody use Facebook Marketplace or other online platform to sell, to buy, things. It's a very simple platform to do. You post them straight right away. Someone will offer money, price, and both of you will meet to exchange, the goods and the money. But behind the convenience, hey, there is also risk. Oh. And for one woman, a stock on trend, that risk became very, very real to her. Her name hasn't been revealed in this news. But what happened to her could happen to anyone, could happen to you, could happen to your papa, could happen to your mama. It all started with an innocent deal. She listed an iPad, a keyboard for sale. A buyer came forward, and this buyer, yeah, was a very young man named Hushman. As at that time, Usman was 19 years old, right? He offered £620 for the bundle, that is plus £20 delivery. Sound decent, right? This woman agreed that no problem, I'm going to sell my gadget to you at that price. The meeting was set for October 9. That was in 2003 at 10:15 a.m. in the morning on Raymond Street, Shelton Road in the UK. And it was even in the daylight, a public road, now be the place as well. Nothing you can think, say, you could go wrong around that area there. But the moment this woman shows up, carrying the iPad and the keyboard, everything changed. Instead of Usman, for him to pay, Usman lodged straight on this woman. He grabbed the woman, he pushed her, scuffled, scratched her neck. In the process, before even snatching the iPad, that was what he did. And straight right away, he bolted off, he tear his go. The keyboard fell on the ground. But Usman did not even look back to pick the keyboard because he was so in a hurry. Ole. Thief, na so na he be. Usman, our brother from Africa, why you go do things like this? But just imagine that shock, the one that goes through that woman now. You're just trying to sell your device, yourself. And suddenly, you are attacked by some kind of man called Usman all the way from Africa, where we say, in the leave for UK there. Now, here's the twist. The very next day, this woman did something very, very brave. What was that? She didn't even just go to the police to report to them. No, she turned to detective herself. While scrolling through Facebook Marketplace again, she was scrolling, she was checking. She now noticed suddenly a strange thing happened. The exact same iPad of hers, right? The one that she lost to Mr. Hushman was suddenly listed for sale by a technology company also in the UK there. They put it on the market space. What? Coincidence? Not at all. It turns out that Hushman, after stealing this iPad from this woman, now marched straight into the company and sold it for £270. That was less half the original price agreed by this woman. And he didn't even try to cover his track. Not at all. Because na big ole na he be. When the victims now shows up at the store where she saw that iPad, she explained everything, what really happened to them. Everything now connected. They now match everything together. They rooted it together. They now discover and say, now the same iPad that Usman stole from her publicly was the one in that technology shop. The store, they have no option than for them to do what? They now say, now all the market now will go by. The shop now realized they had bought stolen goods. The police were called into that shop, sharp, and within hours, Bra Usman was tracked down to his own home. He was surprised and he was arrested. They put him hand for back. That's so now they cram. This time around, Brother Usman, he couldn't run. This time, he couldn't even scratch anybody. He was just looking like Malu head. He was charged with robbery. And when the evidences was laid out, boom, right in his face there at the court. There was no escape route for him. He couldn't run, he couldn't scratch, he couldn't do anything. The only thing he has to do was that, please, my Lord, I am guilty. He pleaded guilty. Here's the consequences. Usman is no longer 19 years old now. He is now 21 years old. He has been sentenced to 2 good years and 3 months in prison. On top of that, Usman will pay £228 in compensation. But the real story here isn't just the sentences or it's the lesson that we need to learn from Usman's story and this is our sister story. Especially you will be saying they sell things online. You will be saying they buy things online. Police officer around this matter made it clear that robbery and theft won't be tolerated in our city anymore. They even said that by acting proactively, crime numbers in 2024 had gone down compared to 2023. They were proud of it, But what's about the rest of us? If you've ever sold something online, you know how risky it can be. Meeting strangers with cash, goods, often in quiet places. It's very, very dangerous, all the quite risky. And in this case, it could have ended up much more worse. Luckily, this woman was smart, observant, and determined to get her market back. She spotted her own stolen iPad online, reported it, and helped bring her attack to justice. In many ways, her courage shows that ordinary people can play a role stopping crime in our society. You can also do the same as well. But you need to get liver. You understand? But let's be honest, not everyone will be that lucky. That's why experts always warn, if you're selling online, meet in a safe public places. Some police stations even offers exchange zone for buyers and sellers. Don't ever go alone to isolated street with expensive item that you want to sell. Please be warned and make you listen, make you yara any brain. Because in today's world, one wrong move, bam, like this, can put your face, boom, face to face with someone like Usman. Because Usman, na real Oboju only. How can you just snatch the thing, scratch everybody, theories go wrong, and you even go sell them to another company again? Or de mumu amukumeko. So here's the gist to abeg. A teenager thought he was smart enough to rob his way into quick money. But in the end, his victims turned the table around, outsmarted him, and ensured that he ended up behind bar and they put burger on his hand. For him, it's 2 years and 3 months in prison. For the rest of us, it's a reminder. Please stay alert, stay safe, and don't undermine the risk of online deals. This is my story. I don't know if it makes sense to you. But if the story makes sense to you, please, Bikonu, help me turn down your notification bell. So that anytime when I bring such story come again, at least, you go hear bagam, for your doorstep there. And at the same time, if you have your own story or you want to join our WhatsApp group, the link is in the description there. And don't forget to subscribe to AfricanBlackGoldTV. That is where we discuss about Africans in the diaspora. Till I see you in the next video, please subscribe.